You want to be providing a space for others. This is something that's built up over time. There's something about Pat that makes me think, wow, he's not a very good speaker now, is he? Wow, shots fired. Let's return those shots. This person deserves to have what they've dealt. You need to be careful of what you say to others because that will inevitably turn on you. Everyone is working through something. If we don't pay these bills, we're going to get kicked out of our house and, oh, I just can't talk to you. Oh, you're an idiot for not listening. People will be afraid. Not everyone's going to synergize with you because you're very different to that. You are someone that holds yourself in your highest truth and you're here to synergize and create understanding and positivity for the space around you and anyone within that space. Hello and welcome to episode 14 of Nash, where I talk to the camera without any preconceived idea of what I'm going to say, nor a script. Just one chain of continuous consciousness flowing through me. And today, I want to speak about something that has been on my mind over the last week, and that is holding space for synergy. Now, holding space for synergy essentially means that you want to be providing a space for others which holds a very good way of understanding one another so that there is no confusion, there's no name calling, there's no unintentional pointing of the finger, no unintentional manipulation. Synergy between a group of people and inevitably a great team. But this doesn't come overnight. This is something that's built up over time with the right emotional bank accounts, the right deliveries of trust deposited into each and every person that you come by. You can't expect someone to trust you if you've constantly been taking or manipulating them. They're not going to stick around. It also means that people will be afraid of your power. If you are confident, if you know yourself, and you are willing to express your own visions, your own word, in a way that is true to you, people will be afraid. The wrong people in particular. The people that don't understand you will point the finger. They will call you names. They will try to harass and inflict you with negative opinions. This is inevitable, and this comes from a much deeper place within themselves. But this is where synergy comes into play, and your understanding of where they come from. And it is the biggest difference between having a team of interconnected minds versus a team that is not connected. The dormant mind in all people involved will have traumas that they are still working through. Everyone is working through something. To think that someone has it completely figured out is a compliment to them, first of all. But it's also not truly understanding where they are. And they may not be able to express where they are. They too may be afraid to show their vulnerabilities because they're scared of what he, she, they may think of you, of them. So, how do you find this power? How do you find this power of self to assure that no matter what the circumstance, you can walk into a team, you can walk into a group, you can walk into a room and hold that space of synergy to magnetize the right people and to assure that the wrong people truly understand where you're coming from. Sometimes it's not worth your energy to understand them, and that's absolutely fine because they will remember you for the person that you are. A good example of this is if you were to talk to someone Say you're at a seminar. You're at a seminar or you're at a rock and roll concert. You're watching the person speaking or you're watching the person playing music, and you turn to your friend and you say, wow, they're just not that great of a musician, or they're just not that great of a speaker. Your friend turns to you, and they may agree, but in their unconscious mind, they're going to hold onto this idea that the words you said are very much connected to who you are. The next time they're thinking about you as a musician, they may think, there's something about Pat that just makes me think he's not that of a great musician. Or there's something about Pat that makes me think, wow, he's not a very good speaker now, is he? Now, obviously, speaking is something that I'm practicing quite a bit of right now. But the point is, you need to be careful of what you say to others, because that will inevitably turn on you, even if you are speaking about someone else. Not to mention that that person will then turn away and go, oh, I may never, ever tell that person my deepest, darkest secrets ever again, because who's to say that they may not turn around and say that to someone else? Be very careful with the people that you share vulnerabilities with. Yes, it's great to be vulnerable. And especially if you're showing up online, where you're being vulnerable to the entire world. It's a very powerful thing. And people, one, will be scared, and two, will definitely want to impose their opinions onto you. So then it's up to you. How are you going to take these opinions on board? Are you going to think, okay, wow, shots fired, let's return. Let's return those shots in the same manner. This person deserves to have what they've dealt. They said something mean, I'm going to be mean back to them. Now, for a lot of people, this is a viable option. And they will do this their entire lives and always wonder why it keeps happening to them. But if you decide to see these attacks, this harassment, these opinionated names that have been thrown your way as an opportunity to understand that person, then you're going to see any sort of negative attack in your direction as a positive. A positive as in, it is a chance for you to grow. As we all know, we want to be accountable of ourselves, of the way we hold ourselves in public and show up for ourselves in person, in private. So, when these attacks happen, how do you respond? This is different to everyone, and by no means is what I'm about to say the right way. So, let's look at an example. You and your partner have had a long day. You've had a long day at work and you both come home. And your partner says, I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm not doing it. You may say, well, you need to. We need to pay the bills. There's a lot going on in our lives, and yeah, we may hate it, but you gotta go. There's no choice in this. Oh, look, I don't want to. I don't need your opinion. I'm just not going. Look, you need to go. There's no beating around the bush. If we don't pay these bills, we're going to get kicked out of our house, and I just can't talk to you. In that particular situation, there was no understanding of where the other person was coming from, as opposed to truly understanding the feeling of what was being said and using the context the context of what was said. For example, partner comes home, "Oh, I'm just not going to work tomorrow. I just can't handle it." Well, you're feeling a bit stressed because you can't handle work at the moment. Well, yeah, that's exactly right. Like the boss just keeps putting more and more things on my desk and I just can't keep up with it. The boss keeps putting things on your desk at an unreasonable rate. You're doing your best to keep up, but he's just not seeing through. Yes, that's exactly right. And look, I just can't go back tomorrow with this idea in my head that I'm just going to have more and more work that I just can't keep up with. Okay, it's hard to keep up with the work. I understand, it's the same in my job. Have you spoken to the boss about this? Well, no, I haven't, because he's just so busy with all this other work, I don't want to interfere with him. Perhaps send him an email. Say you're trying your best to keep up with all the work, but you're not doing it to your highest ability if he keeps putting more and more work onto your desk. Okay, that's a great idea. He may not listen, but look, thanks for listening. I'll go back to work tomorrow and I'll try and sort it out. We need to pay the bills, right? Right. Same conversation with two different reactions. The second reaction was holding a place for synergy, holding a place of understanding, and through that understanding, they were able to figure out the deeper problem, the feeling behind what was actually happening in the workplace that made that person not want to go back the next day. There was no name calling involved. "Oh, you're an idiot for not listening." None of that. Because it came from a place of understanding. This works very similarly online. If you are showing up online and you're making content that hits various audiences, not everyone's going to synergize with you. And so far as getting reach and receiving negative comments, it's not such a bad thing to push your content out to the right person. But we're not talking about content today. So understand that this power of yours isn't about reflecting these situations, isn't about reflecting the negativity that comes into your direction. It's about understanding it. And once you understand the place this person is coming from, you will very quickly find your place in the debate or in the conversation, in the situation. Now, of course, it can be very one-sided. It's great to stick to your guns, to your initial opinion, to your values and your principles. An absolute essential to become the person that you aspire to be. And other people are no different. Other people may not understand themselves to the same degree in which you do, and that's absolutely fine. It may mean their emotions are a little dysregulated. Their nervous system isn't serving them in the way that it could to its fullest degree. And there's nothing you can really do about that. The best thing that you can do is to give them your love and step away. Protect your energy. Protect your power. Your power wasn't meant for them. Your power was certainly meant for another that can fully see you for who you are, your deepest desires, your honest truth, your genuine, authentic self. And the people that see you for that, they're the ones that are worth synergizing with. The others may come around eventually. I don't know about you, but it's always interesting to see people from high school, for example, bullies, people that you saw harass others, perhaps even harass yourself, come back years later as a complete different person. And they're trying their best. They may even apologise. A lot of them don't. They're still very much the same person and never been able to reflect. And that's completely okay. Sometimes it takes a big life shift for those people to understand who they truly are and what it is they've done to others, how they've imposed their own negative traits upon others in anything but a positive way. And that's okay, because you're very different to that. You are someone that holds yourself in your highest truth, and you're here to synergize and create understanding and positivity for the space around you and anyone within that space. Now, this is my current understanding of what it means to be understanding and hold a synergistic space for those around you, whether it be in a team, a group environment with friends, family, work colleagues. We all have different ways of navigating these emotions. But speak your truth. Don't overthink what it is that you need to deliver to someone. Because if it comes from within, and you're able to channel this thought and process it in a way that is understanding toward others, you will get what you want. Not in a manipulative way, but in a way that causes a win-win scenario. Because if it's not a win-win for you and the other person, it's a no deal. You walk away. Hold your head high and stand true to who you are. Because at the end of the day, overthinking is just a symptom of deregulated emotions. If your emotions are intact, then overthinking doesn't usually occur, because you're so empowered by your own honest truth and the path you're walking. So walk the right path. Now, to wrap this up, let's have 3 deep breaths together and go on with our days. So here we go. Inhale. May the dormant mind recognize the synergistic traits of others and allow the active mind to hold space for those that need it most. Exhale. Inhale. When you feel lack of synergistic traits among the team or family, the group around you, hold yourself in the most true, authentic way so that you can genuinely reciprocate the love to those around you, even when it does not seem like love. Exhale. Inhale. May you go about your day understanding that you are capable of sitting in your highest truth, even when negative opinions are aimed toward you. They are but afraid of your power, so harness the power and allow others, the right others, to feel that power as it is magnetism. Exhale. Well, thank you all for joining me. It's a beautiful sunny day here in South Australia. I'm on Anstey Hill and over my shoulder there is Adelaide. The sun, it was quite cold before, so I've got a few layers on, but the sun is definitely coming down onto me now. I'm gonna have to take these off. Hopefully it's not too bright for anyone watching. But I hope you got something out of today's chat. To be in your truest essence and to truly synergize with the groups and communities around you is such a powerful model, and people will respect you for it no matter how you show it. It's okay to waver. You don't need to be an absolute stickler when it comes to holding an understanding space for others. You can be flexible. So be flexible with your emotions, show vulnerability, be strong when you need to be, and let others know that you're here for them, even when it doesn't seem that way. Anyway, I hope you all have a beautiful week. Thanks once again for joining me. If you haven't already, tap the like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you next week. Get out there, play safe with one another, be kind to each other, and bless you all. Mwah.